Hello and welcome back to another Gearhead review. I'm Brendan Peterson.
And I'm Dana Hosford.
Today we're really excited. We just got the new Panasonic Gh5 camera in, and we just got it in yesterday. It's still pretty new. Tell us about the Gh5.
Well, the Gh5 really builds on a pretty solid lineup in the history of Panasonic. The Gh4 was really probably like 2 years ahead of its time in the video market, and I think the Gh5 really follows up on that legacy, coming in above many of the other consumer DSLRs that are out right now.
Absolutely. And like you said, we have the Gh1, we have the Gh4, which a lot of you are probably used to, if not have used it at some point in your filming career.
Basically just because it had 4K when nothing else did in the consumer market.
Because 4K was one of the first 4K SLRs in that price range.
Yeah.
This comes in at around $2,000, and we see these recording formats in much more expensive cameras, and the ability to have a lens, interchangeable lens on this. You can get an adapter and actually use your Canon L glass on this. So it's very versatile. What are some of the bit rates, the recording rates? What does this camera actually do?
Probably the two biggest things that are new for this camera are 4K 60 frames and 4K 10-bit color space, 422, 10-bit 422 color space in 4K 30.
And what's that like over the Gh4, some of these other cameras in this?
The Gh4, the 5D Mark IV, they're both 8-bit color depth. And so if you're doing a lot of heavy, extensive grading in post-production, you may get some banding in the sky or highlights or shadows. You may get banding where it's just grouping colors together. And with 10-bit, it's 4 times the color depth. So you can pull out 4 times as much color practically.
Right, so a cleaner image.
Yeah, a cleaner image, higher depth. And 4K 60, you can really get that slow motion effect without sacrificing shooting in 4K, which I think is really nice.
Okay. One thing that I think is really cool about this camera, if you open the SD slot, you see 2, and they're labeled SD slot 1 and SD slot 2. The thing that's happening here is Panasonic has done something that I think is brilliant. They're hot swappable, so I can have 2 SD cards at one time. I can fill up card 1 and then start rolling seamlessly without interrupting the record, seamlessly over to card 2. I can eject card 1 and put a new card in, and then it'll switch back, and you can do that indefinitely. There's no record limit on this, which is really something you don't see in these SLR cameras. You don't see it in the 5Ds, you don't see it. The Gh4 I don't even think had.
Yeah, and the big thing about that is it's really big. No record limit. You can record for indefinitely. I mean, on our Canons, on our other Sony cameras, it's always a 30-minute record limit for taxation issues or something. But they have got around that, and there's no recording limit, and I think that's just brilliant.
And I think this really speaks to Panasonic is really by the filmmaker for the filmmaker. They know what you need. They don't just make a camera with endless record limit. They also solve the storage problem, so you can record truly indefinitely. And we don't currently have a lens for this, but we can't wait to put a lens on it and do some record testing and just see how it actually works in the field. So if you're curious like we are to see how this camera actually works with a lens in the real filming world, stay tuned, because we'll be updating our feed with more videos in the future. Anything else you want to say on this camera before we...
I think it's just a really good step for Panasonic. I think it's going to be very popular in the low-budget filmmakers who want to get a high production value. Yeah,
low-budget filmmakers, and really anybody who wants a small camera, wants to be low-profile. There's some locations, even on a fully funded budget, you just can't take a fully rigged out Red or a C300 or something like that in there. And this is a really great solution for those things.
And one more thing with this camera is there's no crop in 4K. So when you switch over to 4K, it's the same as if you were taking pictures, and you've got your you can get a super 35 look if you use speed boosters, and there's no cropping in on that video, which is really brilliant for them as well.
So thanks for watching this Gearhead review. Again, a powerful tool from Panasonic, and Panasonic, keep it up. We're really excited. We can't wait to use it. So again, I'm Brendan, this is Daniel, and we'll see you next time.